Don't let society add the pressures of where you should be in life and force yourself into something you shouldn't be in because you've outgrown it. Like you're not forced forward because you're like, well, society says I need to be here and I'm already this far into this relationship. Step out.
The timeline is your own.
Timeline is your own written story. Write your own story, write your own path, write your own timeline, and get the hell out of something that is not right. Ready? Yeah. Okay, I have something for you guys that I brought back with me.
What's on your head?
It's a Canadian hat.
It has stickers all over it.
I don't care. I'm literally wearing it below my eyeballs. Like it's lower than my eyeballs. Okay, I have something for you. Please.
Okay.
Please pick one item of choice from the napkin in my hand.
I can smell it from here.
Yeah, smell it in. What does it smell like?
She is handing me some chips that look like they have red sprinkles on them.
What do they smell like?
Oh yeah. My God, I'm grossed out. They smell like ketchup. Ew, there's a hair on it.
No. Of course you grabbed the big one. All right, take a bite, everybody. Same time.
Is this a ketchup chip?
3, 2.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh, it's sour.
Mm-hmm. It's a ketchup chip.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, wait. Right when I put it in my mouth, I hated it.
But?
Because I'm like, ketchup? But then I got the taste of like the chip, which was like a fry, and it tastes like a fry dipped in ketchup.
Yeah, I know. And it tastes you know what it tastes like is In-N-Out. In-N-Out fry. Which In-N-Out fries are not that good, but okay, so maybe I should say like Wendy's fries dipped in ketchup.
Oh, wow.
Was that good?
I kind of want more.
I know.
That was good.
I only brought one bag back and it didn't pop in my bag and I was really excited.
Thanks for sharing your chips with us.
You're welcome. I just was very excited. I get really excited whenever I travel anywhere to try all their things.
You have to.
Oh, I meant to bring in the other ones. They have, I brought back like 4 things, and one of them is they gave me things. They gave me like maple syrup. They gave me this hat. I went there for work, by the way, to train people in. And they were amazing, by the way. But I had the real maple syrup, and then the other thing is they have these little candies. They're called Smarties. And when you think of Smarties, you think the colorful candies, right? These are colorful, but they're actually like mini. They're the same thing. They're just M&Ms that are bigger.
Oh.
So it's chocolate in the middle, but it's called Smarties.
Okay, I want to try that.
I just would like to say, I felt so American and naive when I was there. I was like, this is embarrassing. I know nothing about you guys.
Isn't it a cool place?
I feel weird. I loved
Literally, Toronto. I drove up there when I was underage because you could drink there. And I went to the Women's World Cup soccer game.
You did?
Yeah. And I drove up there with my 2 other friends and we went to bars and we were buying alcohol. And I remember thinking it was like France. Like it was so vibey. I felt like I was in this little European town.
Okay. What did I text you, Taylor? It was so European. Did I not? Yeah. It's like,
it's a dream.
It's a dream there. It's beautiful. I was like, this is sick. I felt like a dweeb because we flew over, you fly over like, what would that be? Illinois and Wisconsin. And then you fly over like part of Michigan. And then all of a sudden you see this massive city. I mean, like literally monstrous, like looks like a mini New York basically. And you're like, holy shit. Where did that even come from? Like, and that's always been above us?
Like, this has been here?
I thought you went up and it was like all trees and it was just trees and more trees and more trees. I'm like,
you're like, this dope ass place has been here all along.
I felt so stupid. But then again, I'm like, we don't need to feel bad because I'm doing my research. We're going there. You went there. But I'm like, that's so embarrassing that we don't learn anything about them in school.
Right.
And we were driving in kilometers and it's just like so many different things that you're like, wow, I can't believe you're right here. And this is all so different. I don't know. It was amazing.
And it's so close too. So
close.
If you haven't gone, I definitely recommend. It's beautiful.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Beautiful. Anyway, do you know the national anthem?
Oh my God. I almost said, oh my God. I almost went, Genovia. That's literally the first thing that came into my mind. You know that's from, right? You do.
Princess
Diaries.
Okay,
thank God. Because it's so the same. Good. I remember it's the same like, oh, Canada. So I don't know the rest of it. But that's what, literally immediately I went, and I'm like, oh my God, no. Oh my God.
Dying.
I have ketchup in my teeth.
I was just going to say, I need the ketchup to leave my mouth right now.
I don't like it anymore.
I'm also laughing because I feel like you were gone for, I don't know, like 2 days.
Barely.
And you're just like back and you were just like in a different country.
Yeah,
like, hey guys, I'm back from Canada.
Trust me, it was a daze. It was weird. And everybody had accents. It was beautiful. I was like, oh, I
thought you were like, okay, guys, I'm done traveling. I'm like, good for you, Syd. Then all of a sudden she texts me, I'm at the airport. I'm like, where are you? I go, where are you going again? She replies, no, like emotion, Canada. I was like, what the fuck? Why?
I last minute got asked to go for a work trip. Usually it's somebody else who fills in, but we're switching things up and he couldn't go. And it was a blast though. Like it was seriously a blast.
And you know what? We have a lot of Canada listeners.
Yes.
So we're sounding very ignorant, but like,
no, I mean,
literally now we're obsessed with the country. So we love you guys. Everybody. We love you guys. We appreciate you listening. And we love our Canadian listeners.
And your city, I mean, your cities are just freaking amazing. I heard Vancouver is insane, by the way. Beautiful. Also, I felt so excited because I went on my little Delta app today and I got upgraded. I got upgraded to first class.
Shut up.
But then I forgot that like I bought like orange juice and coffee at the airport. Like they give you all that for free. So I was like, that's stupid. And then I'm sitting there and I remember thinking to myself, I don't really know how to act.
No.
Yes. I'm like,
you're like, okay.
She's like, do you want anything to drink? And I was like, I wanted to say yes, but I already had everything I needed. I had 3 beverages in front of me. I'm like, no, that's okay.
You're like, yeah, I'll take another orange juice.
I'm not bougie. I don't sit up in first class. It's not something I knew.
I didn't know how to act. I'm
just
dead.
kidding.
I'm dead. Do you have any straight Canada moments from being in Canada?
No, I don't think anything from Canada. What did I write down?
Do you have one?
Yeah. Okay. So on St. Patrick's Day, what were you doing? I can't remember.
I was in Denver.
Gone. Yeah, Denver. I was gonna say when I went to Moscow on the Hill. Did I tell you this? I'm having.
Oh no, I wasn't in Denver yet. I was here. I was working.
It was Friday.
Yeah. Oh no, I was.
It was Friday.
Oh, I worked in the morning and then. Oh, yeah. I was at the airport, but I wore all green in the airport.
That's why.
And I felt like a little like dad. I don't know.
Good luck of the Irish. Yeah. Okay. You going through security? Oh, yippee!
I was like, I'm wearing green.
Don't take my pot of gold. I went to Moscow on the Hill, which is this Russian place, and we had like fun shots and whatever here in Minnesota. Yeah, in St. Paul. And then we went to this bar, and we were just hanging out. We weren't going to stay very long, and my dad came with us. And it's in Wayzata, whatever. It's this like Irish pub, and this guy's behind me, and he kind of like bumps into me really hard, and I was like, "Geez!" And I kind of like stepped back, and I turned around, and I bumped into Courtney, and she turns around, she goes, "Better watch it, guy. She's gonna throw elbows at you," like being funny. And he goes, "Oh yeah, throw elbows. Do you also choke too? Choke too? Yeah, like trying to be sexy." And I literally go, I turn, and my dad turns around and looks at him, looks at me, and I literally am like, I go, "This is my dad right here."
Syd, I thought your dad said that to Courtney.
Oh my God, no.
I thought your dad said that to Courtney.
Don't do him dirty.
And I was like, are you just exposing your dad like that?
I wish that was far off, but it's not. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, no.
Oh no.
But regardless, that would have been. I'm sorry, that would have been funnier.
Well, no,
it's scarier.
You wouldn't have told that story.
No, I wouldn't have told anybody ever. I would have gone to the grave with that one. Nope. But my dad was like, "What did you just say? Oh my God! Speak of the devil."
Dad
calling me at the same time. Do I answer? No. Yeah. Should I
get him on the mic?
Hello, Dad.
Hi, Syd. What are you guys doing?
Oh, we're just recording the podcast, and funny enough, I was just telling a story about you and me and our excursion at the pub or whatever.
We were just talking about you.
Okay. You recording a podcast now?
Yeah, you're live on it right now.
Currently.
Are you?
Yes.
What do you have to say to the people?
I think the people that I've met from your podcast are wonderful.
Oh, that's so nice, Dad.
Appreciate it.
He's our number 1 fan.
Yep, number 1 fan. I spread the word around the globe.
Love you, Marty.
And he always wears his hoodie. Okay, Dad, I'll call you after, okay?
All right,
bye.
Cute. Dad.
Cutie. But I just thought that was hilarious. But the whole night was like, when a night just kind of gets clusterfuck and you're tired and it's awkward.
And then I saw you post a picture of did your dad come back to the house? And he was like,
oh, that was tipsy on his birthday. Yeah, that was like a few days. Or was it the next day? I think it was the next day. Oh, God. But regardless, last thing I was going to say is we sit down at the table and I'm like, that was a weird conversation that just happened. I'm sitting down and I'm not really drinking, and I knocked my entire drink over on my lap. Like I do the talking hands, and I went like this, and I pulled it into my lap.
Oh no!
Pours on my lap. So a guy comes over with a napkin, and he's like dabbing off the table, and he's helping. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. And he goes, oh, well, here, who is that on your phone? And I was like, oh, this. He goes, is that your husband? Okay, that's what I thought he said. And I go, no, this is my boyfriend. And I'm showing him a photo, and everyone is wheezing laughing. And I go, what? And they go, they asked you if you wanted to keep the napkin. And I go, oh.
Oh my God.
I'm like, no, it's just, when
So
like
awkward.
10 things in a row happen, awkward. I'm spilling, I'm on my lap. I'm like,
he's like, bitch, I didn't even ask.
No, he didn't
He was
care.
like, you think I'm asking if you ever, and you're like,
No.
this is my boyfriend. We've been dating for 4 years.
He's at home. This is him. He has a beard in this. He doesn't usually have a beard. Like, it's like, God. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Sorry. That was just like dumb. When you're just, oh my God, you wake up and you're having a dumb day. That's what I was having.
Well, that's just a straight candid moment. You just misheard someone and start talking.
I know, and told him a weird
literally
story.
Literally my life.
So anyway, that's
good.
my straight candid moment. Do you have one?
My straight candid moment is I was like trying to think of the funny ones, and I didn't have necessarily funny ones besides like
You are funny.
literally climbing. We did like this little rock climbing excursion, top rope climbing in Denver, and halfway up I like paused and everyone's like, are you good? And I like opened up my legs really obnoxiously and I farted and like echoed through the mountaintop and everyone was dying laughing. But that was just like one of my straight candid moments, and I made it really dramatic for everyone and they loved it.
That's freaking funny.
The people below loved it.
Brr, and I can just hear it through the like cracks of the mountains.
My sister goes, you literally just opened up your butt cheeks. Like I saw your butt cheeks open up when you did that.
Oh my God.
But that wasn't actually my straight candid moment, but I was like, I'll share it anyways.
That's funny though.
So my straight candid moment, a little more real because I had my period. Where are you at? Are we synced yet?
No,
Okay.
I'm done. Well, I'm coming up on mine actually.
Okay.
So we're close.
Well, I just got done with mine. Yeah. So I'm coming back from the airport,
I think.
and I am a little emotional. I think one, I was on my period. Two, I just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once on the airplane.
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking God. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. You're going to start and be like, why did she recommend this to me? But then you're going to finish the movie and be like, oh my God, I know why she recommended. I cried on the plane like a little baby. But I'm in the car and Pat's driving me back from the airport and I cannot stop crying. Like I felt like it was almost like this realization, epiphany moment where when I was in Denver with these people, like I don't even know how to explain it besides like it's a feeling I felt.
Yeah.
So it's like really hard to put into words, but I'm going to try. So over the weekend, like no one was on their phone. Mm-hmm. No one really, those type of people don't do that. Mm-hmm. No one wore makeup. Everyone was literally just belly laughing, having a really good time. Kind of like, we were kind of grunging it a little bit. Like we're in this little ski town, like this little cabin. And like, there just wasn't a lot of like materialistic type of conversations. It was pretty deep or really funny. And as I was driving back, I was like, I feel so surface level here. I feel like I'm scraping the surface of like who I really am and who I want to be when I'm living here. I feel like I'm not living. Like I don't even know if it's Minneapolis, if it's just like what I'm surrounded by, but like, I just felt like, God, I need more. Like I want to have more hobbies. I want to travel for culture. And I don't mean like lavish type of traveling. Like I want to travel like with backpacking. I want to stay in hostels. I want to experience more because I felt like if I died tomorrow, I would be very upset with how hard and what a grind I've been doing and not leaving time for myself and time to like do things that I really like. And like, that's why I was crying. I was just like, fuck. Like, I just feel like this big change is happening. And
That's good though. That's
I don't know what it is exactly, but something's brewing.
That's a good thing though.
Yeah.
I mean, you're listening to what you're feeling.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of that and to be honest, sometimes it's not even the place.
Yeah.
It's the like, when you're here, you're working. When you're here, you're focused on making more connections so that you can make more money, which is sad because it's money related. We all
and none of those people I was with,
they don't care.
Really cared about that. It was like, my sister is like pretty hippie. Like she doesn't work with much. She's like, will you bring me a sexy swimsuit? I'm like, sure. Like she just like doesn't buy her clothes. She like doesn't care about what her house looks like. And I'm just like, she just always opens my mind when I see her. And I'm like,
that's pretty beautiful.
It's literally about happiness. Like, and yes, it is like maybe making the most of where you are at. But I'm also like, I want to be around nature more. I want to be able to go on hikes. I want to be able to like experience that. And I know it's not just like, I'm traveling and I'm not working. I understand that. Like my mom's saying that, Pat was saying that. I get that. But I'm also like,
but it's situational and environmental too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just that, like it's very much your environment too. Part of why I struggle here in Minnesota is because of not being able to go outside.
Yeah.
If I had 24/7, I was able to go on the lake,
Yeah.
And be outside. I don't even care if I'm surfing or if I'm just sitting by the water. I don't care.
Yeah.
Then I would probably live an extremely different lifestyle. My mindset would be completely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I had a spending problem because I was bored. And I was trying to fill a gap.
Because we're fucking cold.
Void.
We're like, what else do we do?
Yeah. You're filling a void.
Yeah.
Literally. That's like what happens. So
Yep.
I'm relating to you and only in that sense, but that's a tough feeling to feel. And the worst part is knowing why it's there.
Yeah.
Cause then you're like, ah, shit, what do I do?
Yeah. So I'm obviously like, like, should I move? Like all those ideas are popping up, but I'm also, what can I do now in the moment? And part of that's going to be trying not to work on the weekends and making sure I'm doing some hobby that I really like. So like, I want to start probably like going to, I literally loved rock climbing.
Did
like,
you
I
really?
was like, I'm gonna maybe start trying to boulder and see if Pat wants to go with me.
Oh, fun. That would be really
like go
fun,
to Vertical
though.
Endeavors more or something, like have a little
wanna
membership there and start to like go on more hikes around Minneapolis, which there are some, and I just haven't gone. I just need to really focus on. So that's what I'm going to try to focus on. And yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot throughout these past 28 years of my life, but
Wait, how old are you?
I always forget. Am I 27?
You're 27, I think.
Fuck!
I was going to
always
say, I'm like,
forget.
I'm 25, which means you're 27.
Yeah, okay, I'm 27. And I think we're gonna
28
talk. I
years
think
of
we're
my
gonna
life.
talk about this a little bit today because Syd is turning 26.
26
on the
sexy.
on the 27th, right? Did I make that
On
up?
the 27th, yep.
Okay.
Which is scary because I'm thinking back to when I was little and I go, whoa, my golden birthday's when I'm 27. That's so long.
Wait,
far
it's
away.
your golden birthday?
No. Sorry,
Oh.
next year. Sorry, but I was saying like that seems. I was like, oh my god, that's so far away. No. And once you hit, oh shit, sorry that I had a voice crack there, but once you hit 27, do you feel weird?
No.
No?
I still feel like I'm 19, and I don't think it'll ever change.
19, I'm 19.
I'm fucking 19.
I'm fucking
bro.
19, dog. No, but for my 26th birthday coming up, to make it all about me because, you know, we
Because of
gotta.
us.
No, I'm kidding. We thought this would be a good idea because Taylor brought it up to us. Tay's in the house. Shout out, Taylor. Where's your mic, by the way? What are you doing down
Our
there?
girl KK.
She's a mute today.
I always call you that. I don't know why. It just comes out.
A lot of people do because of her Insta. Tay. Was like, why don't you do 26 things that you've learned for Syd's 26?
I love it.
So we're just going to go back and forth and we're going to share things and converse, and some are funny and some are real. And and there's probably going to be stories because
why not?
why do we not tell stories? We literally
Yeah.
can never stop. So I will just say, wherever you are right now, we fucking feel you. Like if you're down, if you're high, if you're having a lull, if you're having a really great like week, we feel you. It's not always easy. You know, we always have fun because why would we do this podcast if we didn't have fun with it and we didn't share things that helped us? But just know that like if you're high or if you're low, no matter where you are, you're welcome in this convo. So
I actually had a lot of fun coming up with this.
Me too,
Because there are things that I know now, but putting it down on paper, I was like, oh, okay. It kind of like reassured me a little bit more. I'm like, I've learned a few things. And I've also the things I'm sharing, yes, I learned and I've known, but I still have a hard time always applying them.
I would 1000% agree. And some of them came within the last like 2 months,
Same with me.
like recent.
Yeah, same with me.
Ugh.
I think that's showing that you're growing though, especially because we're having this conversation now. It's so fresh. Like, cause these things, a lot of this has been like the past 6 months for
my
me
God,
too.
yeah.
Do you want to start or want me to start?
Why don't you start?
Okay. Should we number them so we know how many we're saying?
Shoot.
So
Well, I know I wrote down 13.
will you start to tally them? Okay. So number 1.
Okay.
I've learned that there's a balance between living selfishly and living altruistically. And what I mean by that is I used to think in my early 20s, I was so proud of making my own path, living for me. I'm selfish. I say no to everything. To be honest, I've never had a hard time like establishing boundaries. Like I'm really fucking good at saying no because I don't really experience much FOMO. I'm just like, no, like I'm not going out. I'm not doing this. No. But what I've learned is I say no to a lot of things, but now I say yes to a few things.
Yeah.
And for example, a year ago, if my sister would have asked me to spend my own money and travel to Denver for her birthday, I would have been like, oh, like I can't make it. I can't miss work. I'll send you a gift and I'll see you when you get home. But I was like, this is something that I want to flourish. I want to grow this relationship with my sister. I want to evolve. So I'm going to say yes to this. Or maybe I make plans for coffee with a good friend on Thursday that I haven't seen in a little bit. Normally I would be afraid to make those plans because, oh my God, what if I don't feel good that day? What if I need a bail? And I would stop making plans. So I say no still a lot, but I've been saying yes to a few things. So it's like the balance between still living a little selfishly, being able to like make my own path, choose my own career, but then also making sure I'm really caring about the people that I care about.
I like that a lot.
That's my number
one. I really
one.
like that. I feel like I can relate to that. Only I was just going to say with the trip for my mom that I was putting off, like just because I was like, what if I,
miss out on something,
out or a little credit card debt or so, like what if I spend a little too much or I don't know, what ifs, always the what ifs. And I'm could not be happier that I did that.
The villain era that's going on right now. I'm like, yeah, this is my villain era. But I'm like, how about like we're like princess villains?
Yeah,
like a little bit of
Princess
Peach.
Bit of both.
Yeah,
Princess Peach from Mario Kart. I always used her.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2. I wrote this one and it's kind of my most random one, but I'm just gonna read it because I was toying with it if it made sense. But regardless, we're starting here. I say it like this because I'll tell you why. That belly bloat that you get when you notice when you're hungover is actually telling you more than you just drank last night. And the reason I'm saying that is because I used to wake up and be like, I'm bloated. I'm hurting. I have anxiety. I am worried for what I did last night. Who do I need to apologize to? Oh my God. I hate that I spent that much money last night. Like, I hate how I did that. Like, why did I not just go to drinks with my friends, or why did I not stop after 4 and I had to have 7 or something like that? I wrote that down because I wasn't happy in my patterns and I didn't realize that I could actually just break my own pattern. Like I didn't have to wake up with belly bloat or anxiety or all these things. I could drink 2 drinks instead of 7. And just because that's maybe not what some of my peers were doing doesn't mean that I couldn't do that for myself.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly. So I just stopped it and I started doing my own thing. And honestly, I prefer coffee dates and I prefer
walking
dinner
dates.
Or like I was going to tell you, I want to go find a really good ramen spot here and we should go have a ramen
Girl,
date.
I got you.
Really?
Y'all, if you're listening, United Noodles. It's
you kept telling me this.
It's in a
I know
an
where it
Asian
is.
grocery store.
Yeah.
But there was rumor that something shut down. So let me double check on that.
Maybe the restaurant in it shut down maybe.
I'm going to share
either way.
Let's go. I'm just going to keep doing serious ones and then the end I'll have my funny ones.
Okay. Mine might be mixed and I have to find them.
That's fine. Number 3, having a partner is fulfilling. This one's kind of short and sweet, but yeah, I used to think I was going to be single forever and I really enjoyed being single. I thought I was never going to get married also because I was in my selfish era, but having a partner is rewarding and challenging at the same time. And it makes me realize that there's more to life than thinking about yourself. You have to learn compromise. You have to learn how to communicate better. And you can share a side of yourself that usually comes with judgment. And I feel like it's an emotional release when I'm able to have someone that accepts me for exactly who I am.
I love that.
Yeah, I really enjoy having a partner now.
I like that.
My little patty boy.
Patty pants, little plant daddy all started here. You guys heard it from the start, which is kind of crazy.
I know that is crazy.
We both kind of started on here, which is kind of insane to think about. All right, number 4. Drinking best friends aren't always the same as best friends. Toxic people will stay and healthy people will let those toxic people go. So we grow and we change and we need different people in our lives based on where we're at. I had to kind of come to terms with that. I think the best way to relate this to what I've experienced, and I think we all can kind of feel this in this room, is like for a while, I did want to be in what would be considered like an it crowd because I wanted to be invited. I want to be included. I wanted to be where something was fun. It's not because I wanted to be a status. It was more just like if there was something fun going on, I wanted to be invited. Yeah. Like I had FOMO. It was bad. And I was surrounding myself with people that I don't think were actually my true real friends. And I almost like thought, oh, my real friends are sometimes boring. They don't want to do this with me. It's like, no, actually, like I just didn't really know who I was. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with going out and there's nothing wrong with having going out friends. Yeah. But there's a difference, and know the difference and know when to lean into one and not the other.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they could be both.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ideally,
that'd be bomb.
That'd be great. I would love that, but
let's go.
Yeah.
Number 5, The state of my,
I'm like,
no, that was good. I didn't know where I was.
In my little brain, I'm like,
the state of my mental health is more important than anything else. So for me, if I'm feeling good mentally, everything else seems to fall into place. That's like relationships, career. And if I'm struggling with my mental health, everything falls apart. Arguments with my family, getting in trouble at work. This happened to me often when I'm going through my little lows. Yeah. And so I've learned that I need to continue to take my medicine even when I feel better, and I need to slow down and realize I cannot handle what others can handle.
Yeah.
I'm unique with my workload, my capabilities, and my productivity does not define my worth.
Not at all.
So
don't ever let anybody tell you that. And ever. Because yeah, I'll just put it like that.
Yep.
We'll just leave it at that.
Those that are on anxiety or depression meds, you think, oh,
I'm feeling good.
I'm normal. I'm feeling good. You go off and you're like, fuck. So I've done this numerous times, and now I'm at the point where I've learned, like, you know what? It keeps me, keeps my brain in check, keeps my serotonin levels where they're supposed to be. And yeah. You know
what? Want to know something funny? When you said that, I was thinking about how I've known my dad was on pills since I was tiny, and he would call them his crazy pills, and then he'd go like and he goes, when I don't have my crazy pills, I go crazy.
Yep.
And I always was like, oh yeah, dad needs his crazy pills. So we'd go to we'd go to Target and we'd refill his prescription with him, and it was so normalized to be on pills to help you not be crazy. And there was nothing wrong with that.
Crazy is part of cancel culture now. So we're not even supposed to say psychotic or crazy.
Oh
apparently.
No, but I know.
But like we're little and it's
my dad was trying to make it fun. You know, he was trying to make it normal.
I actually really like that.
Because he'd call us crazy, and then he'd be like, I got to take my crazy pills.
You know what's interesting is my dad grew up going on and off his depression medication.
Oh, no way.
And he would have, outbursts, and he struggled, and I never knew when he was on, when he was off, and we never talked about it.
Ever. Do you wish he would have maybe?
Yeah, till I dealt with it myself.
Yeah. So. I think if I didn't talk about it, I'd be definitely on them right now.
Yeah, maybe.
And I'm just taking a little slower of a step towards it, but I can't say that I won't be on them eventually.
Never know.
You know? 6. Sorry, guys. I have like a tickle in my throat. I think it's a ketchup chip. I'm not kidding. Okay. Your credit card can no longer be ignored. Ignorance in this situation is not bliss. You will never change something you are avoiding. So start saving now and spend on experiences. You can swipe that credit card if you're living your life and you've got the money in the bank account already. If you don't have the money in the bank account and your FOMO is through the roof, too freaking bad, because the minute you step backwards is the minute you're missing out on opportunities that are going to happen in the near future. Let me give you an example. If I said yes to a trip this month, I would be putting myself in the hole. Okay. Then once I'm in the hole, it's really hard to get out. Like, it is extra effort, spending way less than you normally would. And then, well, now you're going on a trip and everybody is going to go. All of our friends are going to go in 2 months and I can't go because I'm already in the hole. Do you get what I'm saying? So don't put yourself in a bad situation and do not ignore it, because my God, ignorance is not bliss there.
Yep.
Just have to be real. I had to learn that the hard way this year.
I needed to hear that one.
I know. It's freaking hard though.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's not. And again, like we said, we are still applying these to our lives.
Yeah. We still suck at some of these.
Yes.
Is this number 7?
7, I think. Yep.
All right. Number 7, the best hack for doing hard things is to tie it to things you love. I kind of worded that after I was thinking how I clean my apartment. I was like, how can I make this into a lesson? Because it literally helps me keep my place clean. So the only time I listen to my favorite podcasts, like Andrew Huberman, Call Her Daddy, whatever, is when I'm deep cleaning or when I'm cleaning my apartment. So I kind of now I black out and really start scrubbing and doing shit when I'm listening to a good podcast. Or another example would be I drink my Diet Coke out of my martini glass when I check my credit card statements or pay off my credit card. I sit down and I have my yummy Diet Coke and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do it, monthly thing. Let's just drink the Diet Coke and do this. I listen to my favorite music when I'm lifting, and I save it. I don't listen to music in the car.
I like that though. They do say that people are really mindful that don't listen to music in the car.
I listen to talk radio, but I should. Yeah. Sometimes I've been working on just completely turning it off.
Yeah.
And talking to myself a little bit.
That's kind of nice though.
And just kind of thinking and letting myself. Yeah. I talk to myself. I also talk to myself. The only time I for sure turn the radio off and talk to myself is when I'm on my way to the podcast.
Oh yeah. Because you just got to zen for a second. And
I practice.
It is practice. I remember I've seen you driving downtown and I'm always waving, and I'm not kidding. You're either talking to yourself or parked and on your phone and I can't get your attention.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Oh my God. Bad. I remember what I was going to tell you in the beginning. Can I just tell you now?
Yeah. Take a pause.
So listen to this. Taylor was using the restroom and you were like, I got to use the restroom too. So you ran upstairs and Jordan was gone. So that was on whatever day we recorded last week. Okay. He was gone for
I didn't go upstairs.
Or who went upstairs? Taylor, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is flipped then. This is hilarious. Did you go upstairs and go to the bathroom last week? Okay,
did.
whatever. Regardless. I went upstairs 4 days later and it is hot. And I'm like, God, why is it so hot up here? It's been so hot up here. I'm like, it won't cool down. You left the heater on in the bathroom for 4 days straight. There's a ceiling heater. It was so hot in there. I opened the door. There was condensation coming down. It was black in the room because I hadn't gone in there. That's my bad. I hadn't checked.
So when you turn the light on, it automatically turns like a heater on?
So there's a random heater the old owners put in there. And so it's a fan and then the other one is a heater. And you're supposed to leave a room heater on for an hour maybe when you're showering. It was on for 4 or 5 days. I was dead, but I literally opened the door, fanned it out, aired it out, and then Jordan walked by. He's like, "Why is it so hot in there?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Turned it on. I don't know." I was like, "I don't know what happened."
It was Taylor, wasn't he?
I'm dead though. Isn't that funny though? I don't know why I thought that was hilarious. Lesson to be learned: check the baños. Also, why do people put heaters in? That's so random. Anyway, okay. What is it? 8. All right. If you want something, you're the one that has to go get it. No one's gonna teach you grit. No one will hand you anything. No one will ask you and encourage you to go above and beyond. This is something you need to do and start now, whatever it is. This is not and I bet your mind went right to corporate America. No, I'm literally talking about anything. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have people that are going to tell you, go harder. No, they're not. Because if you want to succeed and you want to be the best version of you, you have to create the grit for yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mine is right along the lines of that one. Number 9, take risks. Taking risks is usually worth it. According to research, we almost always regret not taking a risk more than taking it. Ooh. So act accordingly. And I like this one because I think you will always wonder and you'll always feel like there's this hollow spot within you if you don't take the risk because you're going to think about it. So take the career leap, move states, ask him out, start the podcast, start the little side hustle, start the business that you've been thinking of doing. Like Syd said, literally start now, just step 1. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I think having that slight bias towards knowing the risk is worth it is a complete mindset shift. And for me, I feel like it's helped me live a little bit bolder, better, and more exciting life. This podcast, I was we almost weren't going to do this. So I'm glad we did. And we've learned a lot during it. And yeah, I'm glad we took the risk and just went for it. So yeah, statistically, it is almost always going to be the thing you regret less by taking the risk.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that.
It was from it was a book I wrote down and I deleted it as the author.
I will say I live by this quote is I never want to regret something that I didn't do. I'd rather regret something that I did.
Yes.
I always live by that. And I think it's really changed the way that I live because I always was afraid to say the thing or do the thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm I'd rather regret saying it or doing it. And there's a difference. There's a boundary there, and I'll talk about it later. But
that's almost because you're afraid what other people would think.
Maybe, yeah.
And that's my number 9, I guess, is number 9. No one judges you nearly as often as you think they do. Mm-hmm. So it's a big ego check, but no one cares about the zit on your face. No one cares with your little extra pudge from COVID. No one cares. Everyone's worrying about themselves. And I say this in my fitness class all the time. No one's looking at how fast you're running. Everyone's caring so much about what they think other people are looking at or looking at you. And no one gives a shit in the best way possible. You are so small on this earth. And that's a good thing. When I was out in the mountains in Denver, I'm literally my life doesn't matter.
You're an ant.
My life literally doesn't matter. But in a good way. It's a little cynical, but at the same time, it's refreshing to know that.
Whenever I'm in a plane, I'm literally flying around a giant rock in the middle of a universe that never ends. And I'm or a galaxy, I guess, but whatever. And I'm
we're literally a speck on a floating
why
rock.
do I care about the bump on my nose?
Yeah.
What the hell? Don't you? Oh, anyway, this is all learning experience. Number 10. I copied you. Did you see that? You went like this. I went like this. Get a mentor. These are the people that can guide you. Who you know, not what you know. These are the connections that you need. And truly this is how I got better at things. And I want to I'll explain that, but why are you doing it alone? And the reason I needed a mentor is because I used to be a lot more defensive. I'm getting better now, but it's hard to take feedback. You don't know who is a little bit against you and using it actually to kind of put you down and who's giving you criticism in a good way, like trusted feedback. My mentors could give me trusted feedback. I knew that when they were telling me something, I could receive it well because I knew that I trusted them and I trusted their opinions. You know what I mean? Whereas maybe it was like if you have a boss or somebody that kind of gave you criticism and you were like, I'm really not receiving this well, and I'm feeling like you're coming off like a little bit attacking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with like friends, like if friends were like, you're being really like this, it's like, well, if your one friend told you, you'd be like, okay. I need to kind of like cool it a little bit.
And I think a good way to look at that too is like realize that most people are kind and that most people are coming from a good place when they say that. Mm-hmm. So like hopefully your friends don't tell you things like that would make you feel that way, because they're probably not your friend then.
No, they're definitely not your friend if they are. But I will say, like, how did I get most of my jobs? My mentors. How did I know what to do next? Mentors. How did I know like what path I wanted to go and like how to start a side hustle, or like if I even should or if I can? Mentors. I like truly, you got to find a mentor, and they don't have to be somebody in like a 9-to-5 career. They can be somebody who's a lot older than you, somebody who's your same age, somebody who's doing something interesting that you're like, wow, when I look at their life, I'm really interested in. That's kind of what I've always pictured for me.
So I have a question for you.
Me. Yeah.
So I am starting my own rebranding my own personal training business. And there's this girl that goes to my gym. She does a really good job with her business. And I've like been creeping on it, and like, she's just so knowledgeable. So I messaged her and I was like, do you do any type of mentorship programs? Because I literally would I need to learn from her. But it's hard because I feel like if you have like a 9-to-5, people are like, yeah, sure. Like we can add it to the calendar, but this girl like grinds. So she's like, we could, but like, this is how much I charge. It's like $200 for an hour meeting. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know how to do this if I'm not in corporate job. Cause I'm like, do I really spend $200 for an hour? Like, is that worth it? Like, so I'm like, how do I do this when I'm not? Yeah. When you say it's not a 9-to-5,
when you kind of probably have to gauge if you think that's going to be worth your $200. But like, for instance, for example, of like Callan and how she does with her, like, land mentorship stuff, like that would be worth $200 because you're guaranteed to make 1,000 right after. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, well, yeah, then that makes sense. It's hard when they're directly in your exact line of work too. Yeah. And then if they're like at the same gym, around the same age, training the same types of people, but you have obviously different angles, but that's hard. Yeah. Cause it is in the same line, and you don't want to have competitiveness, but at the same time, $200 is probably worth it because she's got it built to the max.
And like, I'm taking a fully different approach.
Oh my God.
What, like mine's going to be. So like, that's why I was like telling her my ideas and all this. We were like DMing about it for a bit.
I think it's worth the $200.
Yeah, I think I
should. To be honest, I really do.
I do too.
Don't reinvent the wheel too. Like if she's doing something that's like generally like the skeleton of what could help your business succeed. Yeah.
Another good way to look at this too is like always thinking of exchanging services. So like, one of my clients, my personal training client, she does a lot of branding work. So I'm like, okay, I'll take off your monthly PayPal. Like we're meeting once a week and like figuring out branding. And she is so good at it. And I'm like,
that's so sick.
Okay. Number 11. This is my last serious one.
Okay.
So it is filter. And what I mean by filter through the content that I take in, and I filter through my friends. So kind of two parts to this one. Because comparison really is the thief of joy. We've all heard that. But one of the best ways to kind of tamp down comparison or jealousy is limit exposure to lavish lifestyles. This immediately makes me think of like reality TV and certain social media influencers. It might be like a nice distraction for a moment, but it can subconsciously make a real difference in what we think a good life maybe looks like. And this message just kind of seeps into your brain and changes our notion of what our lives should look like. So for example, like watching Selling Sunset or the Kardashians and all this stuff, you're like, okay, everybody flies private and everybody has these clothes. And like, even if you don't know it, you're thinking, okay, well, that's what I want. That's what my life should look like. Like my sister, I'll tell you right now, she never watches Kardashians or Selling Sunset. And it's you're constantly questioning kind of like, am I enough? Can I get there? Is this how the best of the best live? And I think this kind of filtering not only goes with like your content and who you follow and all that, but also your friends. So what are your friends' values? What do they care about? Do they care about living lavishly or living authentically? Traveling for clout or traveling for experience and culture? Do they care about having friends that expand social status or focusing on friendships that challenge them, accept them, and value them? So yeah, we've gone through friendship breakups. I know both of us have. We've filtered through those friends, and I think having the people around you that value the same things that you do, and you feel accepted, you can laugh with them.
Yep.
And it's not always about that surface level the things. Yeah. It is a life changer, and it has tremendously changed the way I feel around myself. And yeah, I love that one.
I like the simplest thing even that I took away is like unfollowing the people.
Yep.
Like we talked about that kind of in that, you know, all the things and the expectations that are put on us, but I had to unfollow a lot of people. I couldn't see, you know, all the things they were doing. And the best part is I would say sitting here, even though it's day to day, we get better every day. I don't compare myself as much anymore.
Yeah.
I really don't, you know,
because I know it's just like, you know what? And it's hard for me.
It is hard though. It's not easy.
I love watching reality TV. I do.
Me too.
I've been going more with Below Deck though, because those fuckers work hard.
I know someone that's on it this season.
What?
Yeah.
Which
like it's in the trailer. I don't know which episode it is, but
is it Mediterranean?
The Mediterranean one. They're on like the sailboat.
Oh my God. I need to know.
She lives here in Minnesota. I'll tell you after who it is.
Okay. I want to know.
But I like reality TV. I stopped watching the Kardashians. I stopped watching a lot of those like Real Housewives. I do it if it's like mindless, but I like it sometimes as entertainment in the background. But I will say I use it more of like entertainment. I'm like, holy shit, that's like their life.
Ridiculous.
Sometimes it's more for me. I'm like, that's the drama they deal with. That's what they value. And then I go to my quiet life and I'm like, damn, this is nice.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't know.
Right.
And it also is a reminder of like, they'll talk about haters and I'm like, we get haters on our videos sometimes. And sometimes it makes you're like, oh, that gave me a pit in my stomach. Like I just was opening my mouth and we got haters. And then I'm like, wait, everybody gets haters.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You're doing something wrong if you don't have haters.
Exactly. So I'm like, who cares?
And I know some people can watch that shit so objectively, but I don't.
Some people can't.
I don't think a lot of us can. Honestly,
I don't.
I really don't think so.
I get it.
We're putting it in our brain. Do you think like our parents didn't like constantly watch that kind of thing? And like, I don't know. I just feel like it has a lot to show with who's happy.
There's always a different source of media though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Is magazines once did what reality TV does to our brains.
But not to the extent I feel like.
No, probably not. But still, or like home DVDs. I'm like, oh my God. Regardless. Okay. 12. Putting a ring on it or adding a dog will not save your relationship. They're a lot of work is what I meant to say. It's like the relationships are a lot of work, but you will know if it's worth it. And trust me when I say this, like you will be ready and know when you want to make it work. Like there are different relationships at different times in your life where you're questioning, is this it? Is this the one? Truly, you question yourself all the time because we're in our 20s or 30s or wherever you are, we're human. But if you're questioning a relationship to that extent, I guarantee it's probably not the one. And putting a ring on it or getting married or having a kid or adding a dog or moving in together will not save your relationship.
Yes.
It will not. And I added right below this, I was like, don't let society add the pressures of where you should be in life and force yourself into something you shouldn't be in because you've outgrown it. Like you're not forced forward because you're like, well, society says I need to be here and I'm already this far into this relationship. Step out.
The timeline is your own.
Timeline is your own written story. Like, yes, we're women and we're going to eventually maybe, right? Keyword, maybe want to have kids. Maybe. You got a long time and we have technology now. And let me just say it's not worth stressing because it will just make every situation 10 times harder. Write your own story, write your own path, write your own timeline and get the hell out of something that is not right.
That's one of my favorite ones you've shared. Yeah,
really?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Timelines are
scary.
It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's curated.
Yeah, curated.
It's curated by society. Like you don't have to follow that. You don't need to have kids if you don't want kids.
No, you don't. No, you don't have to.
Okay, I'm getting into my funny ones.
13. Right?
What are we at? 13?
13.
Okay, number 13. Don't wear polka dot MeUndies under cheap Instagram leggings.
Oh.
That was one I shared a bit ago, but yeah, I was literally demoing class numerous times, and my polka dot leggings or my polka dot MeUndies, they were actually donuts with sprinkles, and you could see the sprinkles. Like that's
yeah, you could.
That's the freaking like transparency of my leggings, and the donut was getting eaten by my asshole like when I was bending down for like 3 months. So
you were
thanks
literally
for telling
like,
me.
Here's my bent over row.
Yeah.
You're really gonna pull back, accentuate your back, and you're literally your MeUndies and just buttonhole is
no
just
one told
through
me.
your pants.
Cute.
Did you ever bring that up in class after?
No, I should have.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I should. That's a good
You
little
should.
joke to throw out there.
Yeah, because I always talk to myself the whole class. I'm like
yeah.
telling stories, random shit. People are like, get the hell out of here. Okay, 14. This I hope you can relate to, Soph, because I'm hoping someone can. Him touching his feet all the time or chewing with his mouth open won't actually kill you. Like, take a breath. Life is not supposed to be so serious. Maybe he didn't mean to not do the dishes. Have you ever thought of that?
Oh my God, I needed this one.
Maybe she didn't mean to forget to text you. Like, if it's a friend, lighten the mood, be light, be mindful that you are also human and have little mini slip ups throughout every single day.
How can you put that into like a sentence? Because I love that. How about like, always see the best intentions.
Yeah, always see the best intentions. I like that. And live lighter is
Yeah.
what the other piece, because I will say when I try to actively like be better every day. And even when I slip up, you have to reset yourself. Like even when you get overly irritated for no reason, and then you have to reset yourself. Like even today. And seriously,
we had some stressfuls.
We all came in so stressed.
The siblings had a little fight. Me and Syd had a disagreement. And we're like, we got to record.
And then we sat down. We're like, everyone's tired. And then we were fine because it wasn't actually
Isn't
important.
this helping? Like even just
it's
talking
not even, it's
on
not
the
important.
podcast? Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I'm trying to be better. It's
Yeah.
just hard.
I know.
It's not right every day.
We all have to work on it.
But what did I lost my thought.
I'm sorry.
Lost my train of thought. Hold on, let me read my sentence again.
Living
Oh,
later.
serious. Okay. When I mindfully serious. When I mindfully think about living lighter and not taking things so seriously that like irritate the shit out of me, everything gets lighter because it's not a personal attack to me.
Even when you said that, I just kind of felt like a release in my shoulders. Like,
you want to just like,
y'all, right now, just like roll your shoulders back, take a deep breath. It doesn't matter that much.
it really doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
shit.
Fuck,
Man.
Fuck, man. Should we get high?
Should we get high?
We should do a high episode.
No. Okay. I actually would now.
Okay.
I get a little scared. You might hear me in the middle of the episode go, Sophie, I'm scared. And then I have to reset seriously. And then I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
I might get really antisocial, so we'll see. Is this 15?
Yes.
All right, 15. Speaking of this, laughing always helps. I was like trying to describe this, and I feel like laughing is like going for a jog in your insides a little bit. Like it's healthy for you, right? And so I do really value friendships that make me laugh.
Me too.
That was 14.
I like that one a lot. It's a good reminder. Those are just like good reminders.
These can be kind of quick because mine are kind of short and funny here now. 15.
A few of these aren't like that. Some of mine are like tit for tat, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, stop with the I am too busy. Means other things are getting prioritized over the things you actually really want to do. Like maybe prioritizing yourself, being selfish, and quit caring about the haters that will always be there. So just like stop being so busy. And I know that's like what you're like, you guys coming from your mouths, shut up. It's like, well, actually, I really prioritize all the things that I want to prioritize for the most part. I really do. And I've made an active effort to like not put social activities every single night of the week. I actually don't do that nearly at all.
Yeah. I'm proud of you for staying home tonight.
I know, thanks. Look at you. I know, look at me. And I don't really do much on the weeknights anymore. And I am starting to pickleball because I wanted to learn how to pickleball. So I've stopped making excuses. So I was going to tell you, I'm going to go on Sunday if you want to come. Pickleball. You might like it. It's very fun.
Sunday is my only day I don't have plans.
Oh, okay. That's
so I'm going to say no.
Okay,
setting
say
my
no.
boundary.
Okay, say no.
But
if you want to pickleball.
If I feel like really refreshed, like I would
then why
actually
don't
love
you
to
just
come watch you. Maybe if I
us?
see my parents. Is it around here?
Maybe Dinah.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say you could surprise and delight us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll keep the expectations.
So we'll just call it no.
Is this 17?
17.
17. I recently learned, we're talking about things we learned. So
Yeah.
I thought I'd share this. I recently learned that ponies are not baby horses, but full-sized ponies.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Wait, you didn't know?
No.
You didn't know it was just a different breed?
I thought ponies were small horses. Didn't you think that?
No.
Little
because
horses. They're just little babies.
Have you ever met a little pony and said, "Oh, is your pony so cute?"
My little pony,
you'll always be
in my heart.
That was scary. Haven't you ever met a little pony and said,
No, I haven't met a little pony.
Well,
Hey, little pony.
Hey, little pony. Oh, your pony's so cute. How old's your pony? Oh, your pony's 20? Oh, wow, that's an old pony.
No, I've never had this conversation.
Didn't you come why didn't you come horseback riding? Did you come?
Because I'm fucking allergic to horses. And if I see horses, I run the other direction. I'm like, don't invite me on your horseback riding expenditure.
I was like, wait, do you not want to go for some reason? And then I was like, you're allergic to horses. I forgot.
Literally worse than cats. So it would be bad. And I would not enjoy it.
How did you find that out?
My aunt had a horse. She lived on a farm. I was allergic to everything on the farm. So I was just like, keep me inside. I'm not meant to be a farm girl.
You're not a farm girl, clearly.
I'm not a horse girl. I'm not a farm girl.
Oh my God. What are we on? 18? Oh, okay. This one is very relatable right now. I feel like don't react right away and remember to say sorry. Mm-hmm. Sometimes stepping away from things makes it so much clearer. And since I can be so hot-headed when I get pushed to my limits, when I'm like from just things, if I just step away, I'm like, oh wow, I would not have said what I was going to say.
I have to work on that one.
I need to too, but it's an active effort that I'm doing. Like I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have responded like that. I don't actually really think that. Not anything mean, but even just like being a little snippy. And it's like, and then just say sorry, because it's so much worse when someone doesn't say sorry and you deserve to give them a sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just saying it and being like a little humiliated for a second, it's actually really good for you.
Yep. And that's especially important, I think, with significant others and when you're living with them in small quarters. That's my number 19 is living with a boy is hard.
Oh, and,
I do react quickly, and since I'm so comfortable with my boyfriend now, I just like say what I want when I want, which is awesome. But it happens when I am a little heated. Like I'm just like, oh my God, babe, did you not clean this up again? And he's like, what? Like, can you calm down? Like, talk to me. Like, I actually clean that up. That's your stuff on the counter. And I'm like, fuck. So yeah, I need to step back, relax. Yep. And living with a boy is hard. And I like to separate Pat, my boyfriend, and Pat, my roommate.
Oh, and that's a good idea.
Keeps it in my brain. Like, no matter what, no matter who I'm living with, like, I'm mad at my roommate. I'm not mad at you. And he's like, okay, I like that better. I'm like, okay.
Wait, you guys are cute though. You guys are really good about talking it out.
We had a pretty long discussion last night about cleanliness stuff in the apartment. And it was like a good 45-minute conversation, and we worked through it and it ended good. But that was part of the conversation. I'm like, I'm not like, you are a really good boyfriend. It's just the roommate part I get frustrated with sometimes. And he really does a lot. Like he makes the bed every morning. He does. If I ask him, like he'll do it. He just doesn't want to be told what to do. And I'm like, okay, well, if I don't tell you what to do, you're not going to do it. He's like, well, I don't want to do it when you tell me what to do. There's a whole conversation and we figured it out, but we're good now.
You have to have the tough conversations. Yeah. So you can't be afraid of them, which is like just another pointer in general. Like you can't be afraid of those tough convos. They're freaking hard.
It was so hard, but
it's so awkward. You sit down, you're like, so we've had a really good day. There's something I wanted to bring up. You're like, and literally, of course, it's right before bed. And then they get pissed because you're bringing it up before bed.
He's
and you're
the one who
brought
it up.
Like,
he was the one who said that. He was like, yeah, I just want to talk about something. I'm like, fuck.
Oh shit. I hate that feeling. In your gut drops and you're like, oh no.
What did I do, Daddy?
No, I'm like, uh-oh. I remember sitting in the car one time having a convo with Jordan. He's like, you're just like being difficult right now. And I don't understand why you're self-sabotaging us. And like, I don't know that I can handle difficult right now. Like, I don't know. This dynamic doesn't work for me. And I was like, I remember being like, it clicked. Okay.
Ego check.
I'm self-sabotaging. Like I'm ruining things because of my past. Okay. Are we good?
I'm sorry. Yeah. That was literally me last night.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can relate. I learned this year that you don't put conditioner on the top of your head. You put it on the ends of your hair. And
oh my God, that's such a good one.
I didn't know that. I had literally no idea. Like I thought that you put it on the roots too. I thought the roots were probably the most important part because that's the part you want your hair to grow from. But anyway, I learned that. And also I just will add that like skincare, I didn't write it down, but it's an overkill. Like it is overkill. Also, you got to hydrate from the inside first before you can hydrate on the outside. Ooh, FYI.
Love that one.
So just
drink your water.
Don't overdo it. Don't obsess over it. It's not worth it. There's so many other things to worry about besides that.
Number 21.
21.
The order that you put together an email should be add attachments, write the email body, add email addresses, send. Believe me when I say, please find attach. Just hits differently when there's absolutely nothing attached.
Oh, yeah.
And I do that probably 10 times.
What about subject?
In the past. Oh, yeah, we could add that one in there too.
They always say, do you want to send without a subject? And I'm like, oh shit, no.
Subject. Yeah, the amount of times I've sent emails without freaking. Okay, that was 21.
21?
22.
I think you're going to like this one. This is 22. You don't need to do the bong rip to be cool. And let me explain. If something isn't you, quit pretending that it is. Like rewrite your story now, like from today, not yesterday. Your definition of who you were, who you said you were going to be yesterday was somebody new. Make new friends, spend more time on things you love. And if you don't, start by sorting out what you, if you don't know what you love, start by soaring. Oh my God, I can't talk right now.
We're soaring.
Oh shit. Oh my God.
Wow, we
There's
are
not a
so
star in heaven that we can't reach.
We hope you
Troy Bolton.
We hope you guys like our burst out song. That was really funny.
T is in Troy? No, T is in, what does he say? Titty or something like that?
What?
I don't know. It's a vine. I hate when no one knows. Look at my toes curled.
T as in tits.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It was a vine. Someone's correcting me right now. They're listening.
Gabriella as in.
G is in Gabriella? No, G is in.
Gina.
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 My name is Gina. Sorry. What I was trying to say is if you don't know what you love, start by sorting out what you don't love. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you're like,
I like that.
I don't know what I like. Well, you know that you don't like going to the movies or whatever. I like.
I don't know why.
I'm sweating.
That one just didn't hit for me.
that little piece didn't, but the bong rib did.
Yes, the bong rib.
And I will say
that bong rib hit.
What was I gonna say? I actually really don't like movies. If you care.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I'm too antsy for it.
That's what I was gonna say. Our attention span, though, because of TikTok and because of content these days, I have a hard time sitting down and watching a full movie. So I've been forcing myself to get into it. Yes,
Taylor, what were you going to say?
Said you were always that bitch in the movie theater that was texting on your phone and you would ruin the fucking movie and it was so annoying.
Oh my God. In public, you would text. Pat would kill me.
Or I crinkle the cookie dough bite bag. Because I'm like,
dude, I literally just almost died because I need cookie dough right now.
Oh, you're going to like what I have out there.
You
then.
have some? Shut
I got another candy from Canada. And it's a Kit Kat with cookie dough crunch.
Well, let's wrap this shit up then so I can go eat cookie dough.
We got two more.
What?
2 more each.
What are we at? 23?
23.
Oh my God. How many do I have left?
Taylor, what was that face?
How many do I have left? We have 3 total.
I have 2. You're 23. I go 24. You 25. I 26. So
okay,
you have
so I have 2 more. So
yeah.
I have to pick wisely. Okay. This one's really important. Release your farts slowly if you've had a bad digestion day. Because... Well, y'all, how many times have we sharded ourselves on this podcast? How many times have you sharded yourself listening? So just release it slowly. Okay.
That's hilarious because it is true because you kind of got to like lift a leg and go really slow.
You got to check it.
You got to check it, honey.
You got to check it slow but surely. Okay.
Oh, I forgot that this one is a real one. So we're just going to go with it.
24.
24. Lonely people forget to reach out to those who you'd never assume are lonely. So like if you're feeling down, chances are, there's another friend that's feeling down too.
I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah. And I wrote down like, don't assume people will reach out to you if you aren't giving them that attention and nurturing the relationship too. Like, so like when I remember I used to feel like so lonely and I'd be like, oh my God, no one's thinking of me. Like I feel alone. Like I feel like I'm good friends with everybody. Like, why are they not thinking of me? But then are you nurturing those relationships? Like, how would somebody know that you needed a text from them right now?
Yep.
Why don't you be candid and say like, I'm feeling lonely today. Like, would you ever go on a walk with me or go get a coffee or, you know what I mean? And I guarantee they're like, you know, I had a rough day the other day too. Yeah. And like, this is good timing for me. You know what I mean?
And those are the friends that also like, even when I had my pretty bad, like mental health couple months, I couldn't reach out. Like, I know. And the people that did reach out to me, I'm like, those are the real G's. And I'll be there for them when they need it. And it's really not about like, for me, sometimes I go through lulls where I don't reach out to anyone and that's okay. You maybe don't have the capacity to do that at all times, but it's about being honest with those friends and saying like, hey, I was dealing with some mental health issues the past month and I'm sorry I haven't said anything. Like, I hope you're doing well. Like, would you want to hop on a call soon? Like, be honest about it because I've been the person where I cannot reach out and it sucks and it is lonely, but along the lines of loneliness, everyone feels alone at some point and feels like you have no friends. So everyone's has been in that boat.
And like, don't always think that friends are doing stuff like, and they're just okay. Like everybody shows their best, right? So doesn't mean that somebody's living their best life and just like thriving.
Yep. 100%. Okay, number 25, my last one. Day drinking is so much better than going out to bars late at night. I love a good day drinking. I think I have grown up enough and matured enough that I really don't need to get drunk late at night because then I wake up hungover. When I day drink, I have a good ass dinner and I start to get hungover right before I go to bed and I wake up and I'm like, Ayo,
how you
up?
doing?
How you doing, girl? How you doing? Okay, number 26.
What's your dinner go-to at night when you're like kind of hung, but like recovering?
Like a good fucking Juicy Lucy with fries.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. Oh,
and
shit,
then this
hungry.
is really weird, but the next day, day after drinking, I literally need sushi, like for breakfast even.
I remember that. I remember you saying that a while ago.
I think it's because of the sodium or something.
Probably.
And I know it's like a little healthier than a burger and fries, but like the day of burger and fries. But then the next morning, which is so weird, but I'll have something to hold me over. But then I'm like, lunch. Who's going to get sushi with me?
You know what sounds good? What for me is pad thai or like pad siu. It's called the big flat noodles. I think it's called drunken noodles, literally.
Yes.
So perfect. That's is my hungover meal at night.
This was you like, what should I order from this? I want the drunken noodles. And now she's obsessed.
I am.
She needs them.
They're flat. They're they've got like beef in there and egg and sauce. Just like,
oh my God. You're making me hungry. Yeah, we're all dying right now.
I'm not going to lie. I'm eating out tonight. I know that I made a rule.
I'm eating out tonight.
I am because you know what? Mama's hungry.
Is that the right choice for your credit card statement?
No, but I don't care because I haven't eaten out for a long time.
Okay, birthday girl.
Okay.
26 for your 26th birthday.
I know.
Our sweet little Sidifer, our sweet Candid Sid. If you haven't yet, go wish her happy birthday. This episode will come out past her birthday, but too bad. It's a belated birthday. And we love having you a part of Straight Candid, literally Straight Candid herself.
Thank you for being here this episode.
Thanks for being our guest. But seriously, happy birthday. We love you, babes.
Sugar. Thank you. Okay, number 26. I wrote YOU because you will never be anybody else. You will never be anybody else. So stop prioritizing that as your thing and you're idolizing it and thinking about it and obsessing over it. You will waste time away and experiences away, and you'll miss things and you'll miss family time and friends and events that are going past you. Everyone lives and feels this pressure. And I would just say, if you're feeling it, go to therapy and stop putting it off. Because today I went in and I have failed with 4 therapists, failed 4. And I was like, you know what?
Wait, what do you mean you went in?
I went into the computer. Sorry. I went like a half thought. And then I was like, I went over here.
You went in.
I went in the computer and I looked up, I did my research and I found a therapist and I applied to like be seen by her. And even with 4 losses on that, you know what I mean? On like not finding a match, I have a really good feeling about this one. And I'm like, I'm really excited.
So weird.
Oh, I thought you were high-fiving.
Yeah. This is so weird. I just got a call from a therapist that I've been on a wait list with for 3 months. And
today?
Yeah. And I have my consult in 2 weeks.
And
I'm really excited because I've been wanting to see her for 3 months.
I'm jealous of you. That's exciting.
Bomb.
But here's the thing is, do you want therapy when you need it or do you want therapy when you're going to need it?
I'm doing it now to be proactive.
That's what I'm doing too.
It's so smart.
I looped that all into one because like you will literally never be anybody else. Like you will never be able to like actively give to somebody else besides yourself. Like you're right. Like everything needs to go inward to you. So like do something for yourself and do something that's going to make you better.
Like therapy. And those who think you don't need therapy are the ones that actually need it.
You probably need it the most.
And no matter what, therapy helps with emotional intelligence. It helps with communication. It lets you be able to explain how you're feeling. And that is any type of relationship, you need to have that capability.
Or insecurity or whatever it is.
I just learned this in one of my psychology classes. Just remember that therapy, it's not just for when you're down. Like it's good to go and just get checked up and honestly just talk about your feelings. It helps anyone.
The best sessions I ever have when I go to therapy are the sessions that I go into thinking I have nothing to talk about.
Oh my God. Yeah. Same.
And all of a sudden I'm talking about trauma that I didn't even know I had and like digging into it. And I'm like, whoa. Or I'm talking about something that I didn't know bothered me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm like, fuck, I didn't realize that that's bothering me. And I have an epiphany and I'm like, oh my God. So I love the tip. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. 26.
Go to therapy. You're 26 years old, dog. Go to therapy. And that's what I'm doing. Okay. Whee! I love you guys. Oh no, did you spill it?
Oh my God.
Oh shit, she moved her drink almost all the way off the countertop. I was like, holy
You know what I
bajoli.
just realized?
What?
Do you have a listener straight at a moment?
So
I don't.
I accidentally went out of it when I was looking for something. So I'm quick going in and trying to
Take
find
your
it
time.
as we speak.
I'm going to chat to you guys. I could maybe do a little song. We're soaring, we're flying. No, I actually might have some more moments for you guys. This is why. This is actually why we have Straight Candid podcast, because we're just candid, and when we forget our Straight Candid moments, we take our time looking for them during the episode.
Literally during the episode.
Just to make sure I'm stalling. You're like, okay, Roberta, no, she has it right now.
I'm making sure this is the right one.
She's checking. Oh, if you want to know how to make the best scrambled eggs, this was my other tip that I didn't get to share. So scrambled eggs are literally my go-to, high in protein, and they're just so fluffy and good. You put it in a burrito, you can do your thing. But here's how you make the best scrambled eggs.
Okay, go ahead.
If you cook it halfway and then you lower the heat, turn off the heat, continuously stir it until the eggs are done. So don't overcook them because they're not good then. And a little cheese when they're like half done. Oh,
that
baby.
sounds oh yeah, your video today sound bomb.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay, y'all, this is fucking wild. When I was 16, I started dating this guy. We both wanted to use sex toys, but we were both underage to legally buy them. I didn't know that you had to be an age to buy sex toys, but whatever. One day, I get to his house and he whips out this massive vibrating dildo. Intrigued, we decided to use it. After we used it, I asked him where the heck he got it from. This man really said to me, "Oh, I stole it from my mom."
Oh my
yes,
God.
I used a dildo that belonged to his mother.
Oh no.
That's disturbing.
That's disgusting. But you know, I used my own mother's when I was young.
What?
Not my own mom. Okay, she didn't have a vibrating dildo, but she had a vibrating back massage that I'm pretty sure wasn't used for a back.
Wait, what do you mean?
And when they left the house, I would go and use it.
Was it like a Theragun or what was it?
It looked like it had like a big handle and like a thick knob at the end.
How big? Because that hand motion was massive.
It was big. Like you didn't stick it up there.
No, I know.
I just put it on my little Gina when I was a child. G for Gina.
Is that the name that we used? Gina. No, we said Gina.
Oh, Gina. Sorry.
Oh my God, we're ridiculous.
But that is that's
disturbing.
That's disturbing and gross.
It's
and
icky.
Hope it was cleaned.
I hope it was clean too, but oh God, but you're curious when you're young and you know what I mean?
Buy your own vibrators, you guys.
Use a clean one.
We'll see you next week.
I know. Sorry about that. Oh my God. Find us at Straight Candid Podcast. We're on all the things, and please like, rate, subscribe. And where can you can rate now on Spotify too?
Yeah, so rate on Spotify just as you would on Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts, you can leave a little review for us, and then Spotify, you can just go and rate. But I'm at Candid Soph.
I'm at Candid Soph.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
We love you guys.
Oh my God, next week I'm so excited, you guys.
Why?
Oh, never mind. That was last week.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you liked it.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.
Oh, whoops. Out of order.
Hope you like
You go like it.
Hope you like
it.
you loved.
I hope you loved that.
Oh my God, I gotta pee. That was fun.
That was a really good one. Taylor, did you like it?
Mm-hmm.